Hey guys, it's Jean-Claude. We are back today with a brand new box because we finished the other one off yesterday. And if you didn't see yesterday's video, I suggest going and watching it. You have a chance to win a free t-shirt. Just follow the rules at the beginning of the video. And we had a couple good decks in the last box, but none of which I was confident in taking to the Vault Tour, which is now less than a week away. So, let's see what we can find today. Let's go with this one right here. All right. Oh, let's go in for the bottom. Apparently this box is a Chinese box because it has the sides again. So, hey, oh, you know what? It makes it easy to do the slow roll for the houses, so that's nice. Let's see here. Now that I'm not used to these, give me a little bit of struggle. Almost got it. Okay, very nice. Oh, and also, we're going to be announcing the winner of that t-shirt this upcoming Monday. So stay tuned for that. Oh, it's ripping on me. Oh, that's why. Oh, gosh. You don't do something for a small period of time and you don't remember. Okay, here we go. First house is Brobnar. Second house, got like a red Archon here. Dis, maybe it's more orange. And the last house is Mars. Been getting a lot of Mars decks. It's Eerily Plutonium Harald. Okay, what do you have in store for us today? It's a different sort of wraps too. I forgot we don't have that little pull tab. We have to actually rip it from the top or the bottom to be able to get to it. Okay, there we go. All right, and we're starting off with Mars. It's Quixlix Plague Master, 3 power. Fight Reap, deal 3 damage to each human creature. This damage cannot be prevented by armor. Good against Sanctum decks, obviously. Zorg, 7 power. Enters play stunned. Before the fight, stun the creature Zorg fights and each of that creature's neighbors. Uxlix the Zookeeper, 2 power. Elusive Reap, put an enemy creature into your archives. If that creature leaves your archives, it is put to its owner's hand instead. Seems like every single Mars house we open has this, and Mars needs Amber. Sample Collection, it's an action. Put an enemy creature into your archives for each key your opponent has forged. If any of those creatures leave your archives, they're put into its owner's hand instead. Ooh, Yixlix Dominator, 9 power, 1 armor, taunt. He had just placed stunned. The more I've been looking through this set, the more I think this might be one of the best Mars creatures because there's so many small creatures you want to protect, and this guy is the best taunt there is to protect, so that's nice. Vesma Think Drone, 3 power, Reap. You may archive a friendly creature or artifact from play. That's good if you get some sweet play effects. Speaking of which, Tixel Beambuckler, 4 power, 1 armor. Play, deal 2 damage to a creature, move it to either flank of its controller's battle line. I think these effects are really powerful. Anything that's doing damage as you play it, especially attached to a creature, is very nice. Mother Gun, it's an artifact. Action, reveal any number of Mars cards from your hand. Deal damage to a creature equal to the number of Mars cards revealed this way. Mindworm, 1 power, elusive. Before the fight, the creature Mindworm fights deals damage equal to its power to each of its neighbors. Yixilixi Fixed Finger, 2 power, 2 armor. Elusive. Each other Martian creature gets +1 armor. Carpet 1 amber to every plate. If there are no friendly creatures in play, deal 4 damage to each creature. Usually a pretty good card in your starting hand, especially if you're going second because your opponent most likely will play a creature. Maybe this can take it out. Then you can line your board with all your Mars creatures. Agent Human, 2 power, elusive. Reap. Choose a friendly non-Mars creature and an enemy non-Mars creature. Stun the chosen creatures. Now we're on to Dis. I used to be really excited when I first had seen this card in Call of the Archons. Now Mars has a better version of this at the uncommon, so still nice to see this card, but it's lost a little bit of its uniqueness. Collar of Subordination, it's an upgrade. You control this creature, so it's still a very nice card. Pandemonium, amber in every plate. Each undamaged creature captures 1 amber from its opponent. Gongoozle, amber in every plate. Play, deal 3 damage to a creature. If it is not destroyed, its owner discards a random card from their hand. This card also gained a lot of value thanks to Age of Ascension. Yerk, 4 power. Play, choose and discard a card from your hand. I do like this effect. Unlocked Gateway, it's a mega. You end your step after you play this card. Play, destroy each creature. Tesmal, 2 power, elusive. Reap, choose a house. Your opponent cannot choose that house as their active house on the next turn. Misery Exploit. Play, gain 1 amber for each damaged enemy creature. Oh, Lash of Broken Dreams, very nice. Artifact, action. Keys cost +3 amber during your opponent's next turn. It's a great card, especially for it being in the common slot. Exhume, amber in every play. Choose a creature in your discard pile. You may play that creature as if it belonged to the active house and was in your hand. Very good with great play effects. Maybe the Beambuckler will be nice with this. Dust Imp, 2 power. Destroyed, gain 2 amber. Banish, amber in every plate. Put an enemy creature into your opponent's archives. We actually have a lot of things putting our opponent's creatures into our archives. You had the Zookeeper, We had the sample collection, and now we have Banish. And make that 2 Banishes. Very nice. Now we're on to Brobnar. Bellowing Patrazate, 7 power. When it's ready, each creature takes 1 damage after it enters play. Barehanded. Amber, whenever you play, put each artifact on top of its owner's deck. This is actually a pretty good card now because it might be able to take you out of a Heart of the Forest lock, so I'm a bigger fan of this card just because Heart of the Forest exists. Sound the horns. Amber, whenever you play it, discard cards from the top of your deck until you either discard a Brobnar card or run out of cards. If you discarded a Brobnar creature this way, put it into your hand. Oh, Grumpbuggy. It's an artifact. Amber, whenever you play it, your opponent's keys cost +1 amber for each friendly creature with power 5 or higher. Your keys cost +1 for each enemy creature with power 5 and higher. It's actually a pretty good card, especially if you know you're going to a tournament. A lot of people like to run shadows, so you know at least 1 out of 3 houses. Very rare they're going to have a 5 power creature. And if your deck happens to have a bunch of 5 and plus, like if you got a Sanctum Brobnar deck, this is an awesome card in there. Tremor, stun a creature and each of its neighbors. Groak, 5 power, fight, your opponent loses an amber. That's a great card. Gauntlet of Command, it's an artifact, action, ready and fight with a friendly creature. That goes good with our Groak. First Blood, Amber, whenever you play. Alpha, play, deal 2 damage for each friendly Brobnar creature. You may divide this damage among any number of creatures. Another First Blood. Coward's End, destroy each undamaged creature, gain 3 chains. Bramo, 4 power, 1 armor. Play, deal 2 damage to each enemy flank creature. And the last card of the set is 1/2 punch. Amber, whenever you play it, stun an enemy creature. If that creature was already stunned, destroy it instead. So we actually have Tremor to combo with that. I don't think we had that many Brobnar creatures. Uh-oh. And the Grumpbuggy, I don't think we had big creatures in the other houses. So what? There's 2? 3. Oh man, that makes Grumpbuggy a little bit worse. We're going to get to Amber after this. I need to see just how many creatures this deck has. And we're going to see how many bigger creatures we have. Because I don't think there was... Well, we had the Yixlix Dominator, but I think that's the only one outside of Brobnar that was 5 or higher. Oh, Zorg. Okay. Second card we'd seen in the deck, so I forgot about that. Still, that's only 2, 3, 4... Ooh, only 4 creatures. Oh, I don't even know if you want to play Grumpbuggy in this deck. Oh, I almost just want to take this deck and be done with it, okay? Wow. Yeah, you know what? Let's walk away from this one. Okay, guys. Obviously, this deck is going to be lacking. One of the cards that should have made the deck good was Grumpbuggy, and it's not going to do that. There's a good chance our opponent might get a better use out of our Grumpbuggy than we do. Let's count up the actual creatures as well. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So light on the creature side. The only cool thing I can think of that is, well, okay, we have 16 things to collar. I forgot about that. That's what happens whenever you walk away. Oh, and Exhume. Okay, so it's a little bit better than that. Maybe I walked away too soon, but at the same time, I don't think I did. Let's check out the Amber, actually. Let's do that. We'll also think about what our best Exhume targets will be. Pretty sure it's going to end up being just like the Dominator or the Zookeeper, and most likely the Beambuckler, just so we can take care of an opponent's creature. But yeah, let's go through the Amber. So a whole bunch of creatures here. That's not going to have our Amber. Well, Dust Imp does. Interesting. Okay, First Bloods, unfortunately, we're not going to do too much damage with those because we didn't have that many Brobnar creatures. Ash of Broken Dreams is pretty nice Amber control, so I am excited to see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we play that. Let's keep it at 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 Amber's pretty light. Yeah, I'm not feeling this too much. Oh, yeah, it's just... And our creatures outside of Brobnar are ones we're not necessarily one to fight with, other than maybe Zorg. Zorg is actually a pretty good card to put with this. Maybe even just doing the Dominator to get rid of its stun is nice. But, yeah, oh, Misery Exploit, that'd be another Amber card, so we can pop it up to 14. I don't know why I keep missing some of these cards here lately, at least the last maybe 2 videos. Alright, so... what do I think this deck is going to do? Well, I don't think it's going to work out too well, but Bramo's another good target for the Exhume. If you have no other choices, I'm pretty sure you just hold on to your Exhume, but if you had to play it, and I mean had to play it, You could at least cycle through your deck a little bit faster if you return to the Yerk, but I highly suggest not doing that. I would much rather wait for a bigger play effect to be in my discard pile. Because Exhume is a great card. I mean, getting that play effect whenever you need it, as well as putting that creature back onto the board, that's pretty solid. And then, once again, this is another thing that's going to look for the play effects, the Vesma Think Drone. Yeah, let's see. It's really a shame the Grunt Buggy wasn't better. I feel like decks always want to have at least maybe 1 to 3 cards that are kind of like a focal point. It's something that you look at and you go, that's why I want to play this deck, or at least a concept. So maybe it doesn't have to be 1 to 3 cards, but maybe it could be that your Brobnar is just really powerful, big beefy creatures. You know it's going to control things, and you just happen to have the War Chest. I think that's something to look for. I think that's very solid. And I don't think that this deck really has anything that stands out from the rest of the pack, right? But let's see here. Let's look at the Amber Control. You got Lash. Make sure I didn't miss any there in Mars. Sometimes they're a little sneaky. Groke. Pandemonium. Yeah, so only 3 Amber Control. Lash is really good. Groke is really good. Pandemonium is actually fine. So the Amber Control I'm actually kind of happy with what, if we only had 3, the ones that we have, that's pretty good. But yeah, this deck, man. Like you're going to have to, let's see. I think the best thing this deck can do is going to come down to maybe having the Zorg and the Gauntlet of Command. Maybe actually the best card of this deck is the Gauntlet of Command. That might very well be the best thing. Got ways to control our opponent's smaller creatures, but let's see here. So the Gauntlet of Command, combining that with this, we can get rid of the stun. That's pretty nice. Combining that with Groke, so have a Groke fight an elusive creature, make your opponent lose an Amber. Then use Gauntlet of Command, ready Groke again, fight a different elusive creature. That's 2 Amber Control every turn. That's pretty nice. Let's see, Mother Gun, we didn't have any real combos with that. Coward's End, it's always good to have 1 to 2 mass removal. So the deck does have that. It hits that check mark. But yeah, overall, this deck is the Amber Controls light. The creatures, we did have a little bit better play effects compared to our last deck we opened, which scored really low. I also like the combo of Sound the Horns if you already have Exhume in your hand. Kind of opens up a toolbox. You know, if you drop like, you know, many different cards into your discard, you're able to have a better selection for your Exhume, especially because we didn't have that many Brobnar creatures, so it's, in a weird way, it's kind of better, at least with the Exhume. Still doesn't make it very powerful, doesn't make it great, but it's something you can at least do if you just so happen to have this sort of combo or style in your deck. Let's see, yeah, because we only had, I think it was like, what, 3 or 4 Brobnar creatures? 1, 2... Where are you guys hiding? 3. Ooh, was it really only 3? Wow. Yeah, it was 3. Yeah, that's just really bad, guys. It's rough. Rating for this deck, I'm going to have to give it a D-. I think it's a little bit worse than yesterday's deck, and that's saying a lot. Alright, guys, well, thank you very much for watching my videos, and I will see you next time.